Namaste, welcome to all, especially Pelman sir, Dr. Roy Chowdhury, and we are waiting for Sergey from Russia to join. Uh, so he will take a little bit time. He is adjusting his device. So meanwhile, let us have a small presentation about our guests. So, sir, this is from the IVG News internal team side. Let's see what they have created for all of you. Dear viewers, welcome to this show with our guest from Russia, Israel. Mr. Pilman is from Israel, Mr. Dr. Roy Chowdhury from India, and Dr. Sergey will join from Russian side. Thank you. Let's have a look.
Good evening and welcome viewers. IBG News is glad to host three notable guests from Israel, Russia, and India this evening. Please welcome Doctor Sergey Viktorovich Dvoryanov from the Russian side, GRIGORY Pelman from the Israel side. We have Doctor Biswajit Roy Chowdhury, representing India side. Moderator for this evening's discussion is Suman Munshi. Once again, welcome all to this online event with IBG News. Let us have a few more details about the guest from Russia. Dr. Sergey Viktorovich Dvoryanov is a Russian public figure, doctorate of philosophical sciences, writer, publicist, renowned host of the program Dialogue of Civilizations on and Formula of Probability, and the president of the International Diplomatic Club after his rigorous effort of bringing peace to world with diplomatic ideas and actions finally launched its India chapter after conducting events at London, Moscow, Dubai, over years which an agenda of bringing peace and harmony and making business strategy for the overall growth of society. We welcome you Dr. Sergey Viktorovich Dvoryanov, sir. Our guest of honor from Israel GRIGORY Pelman is a master's in economics and a social strategic advisor, an old campaigner, and a champion of social causes. Strategic advisor, social engineer, social initiatives producer, communications manager, international negotiator, and conflict solver. His area of expertise is in creating global international civil structures. He is one of the co-initiators and co-organizers of the Social Organization Memorial in 1988. In 2020, the Social Organization Memorial got the Nobel Peace Prize. His dream project pledged never to use atomic weapons first no first use initiative. We welcome you, GRIGORY Pelman, sir. We have Dr. Biswajit Roy Chowdhury, Chairman South Asian Institute for Advanced Research and Development representing India's side as our Indian guest of honor. He is one of the finest young minds from India in academic skill excellence and entrepreneurship development side. He has changed the GIS and allied skill education arena of Eastern India, especially in Bengal. He is a pioneer in many events to start in India, including First International Reverse Congress and Namami Gange initiatives. Lot more to say, but one line can explain his motto: the future of our students is our asset and goal for development. Welcome, Dr. Biswajit Roy Chowdhury, sir. Today's moderator for this evening's discussion is Suman Munshi, Chief Editor of IBG News and General Secretary of AIRA International Reporter Association West Bengal State. He has worked for MNCs in research and development, laboratory information systems, and information technology sector for 25 years in the USA, UK, Australia, Bangladesh, and India. He has earned an MBA in Information Technology, postgraduate qualification in Computer Science, PG Diploma in Journalism, and is a certified computer forensic expert. He is the winner of Canon Nat Geo Wild Click Spark to Jury and Public Poll Award in 2011. Welcome Mr. Suman Munshi, sir. IBG News, first online news portal-based news channel, started under him in Eastern India. We also welcome all the respected viewers of the IBG News International Roundtable on practicing sustainability for growth and development. On behalf of the IBG News team, Mrs. Antara Tripathi, Vice President of IBG News, wishes all a very happy Diwali. Let's begin the session.
So, Gregory, I welcome you at this platform. Dr. Biswajit, you are also welcome. Now, the today's topic is very much pertinent at this moment. Sustainability is a big issue. Development in terms of industrial growth, in terms of scientific and research work, all are fine, but at the cost of environment and humanity, nothing is welcome. So, in that context, you are from Israel, one of the technically high-skilled country. So, how you and your organization, your country as a whole, the entire state thinks for the sustainability in view of the world development. So,
Thank you, Mr. Munshi, for your question. Yes, I think sustainability in development is very important for all the world and also for Israel. You're absolutely right to say that technology of Israel is one of the advanced in the world. And we need to understand that today the technology is a very important part of our life of our harmony, but it's not enough just to say about our perspective and about our future. It's also very important to understand that now we are living in a special history, in a special events, and we need to understand that it's absolutely new actions are going in the world, and we need to find a solution how to make a stabilization and harmony in our life, in political life, in relations between country, to have sustainable relations between countries, and to have an opportunity to grow economy and to develop scientific and culture. I think it's very important to understand new risk and new events in the world, and to find a solution, and maybe to talk this on a high level, like Organization of United Nations.
very true, Dr. Biswajit. We were actually asking Pelman sir that Israel is technologically a high-skilled country. A lot of advanced technologies are coming out of Israel labs and its R&D facilities. So, how the entire country and the academic fraternity wants to move ahead with the thing called sustainability in terms of development and things. You are also from the academic world and trying to give the high skill training to the students. How you feel about the sustainability? How it is important for the entire development of the global perspective?
See, sustainability is a term that is not in part of bookish language type, or is just a term, but I feel that it should be a practice. Just
Um,
sustainability.
just a second, sir.
Yeah,
We have Doctor Sergey from Russia.
finally.
Namaste, sir. Very
Thank
much
you.
welcome.
Namaste, namaste,
Namaste.
namaste.
Happy Diwali.
Happy
We have
Diwali,
Dr.
thank you, sir.
Biswajit as well from Israel.
Yes,
So
Yeah,
now we
thank,
have full house.
yeah.
Thank you,
yes,
sir.
So
Yeah,
thank you.
Dr.
now
Biswajit, please go ahead.
I can also get some my full hands, and Dr. Sergey has joined. Welcome in our podium. So that actually whatever you have asked, Mr. Munshi. So what I mean to say that sustainability is just not a part of bookish language or any concept. It's just a practice you have to go through, either through the academic mode or through the governance mode or any kind of activities. As Pelman said told, and as in told as well, that Israel is technologically sound, and as well as we know that India is that kind of country where we practice sustainability since the long back its history, and we have maintained a very good relationship with the different international countries, either it may be Russia or Israel. And it's we are proud on that sense that we are not only learn to help to learn people, but also help to get learning from other countries as well. And that kind of cooperation, that kind of collaboration, I think will be definitely helpful. And as you know that through SAIARD, from the very beginning of our platform, we are mainly focusing on particularly on collaboration, on capacity building, and in that sense, we are acting as a nodal point where the several countries, people, several organizations I have connected. And if you have visited, and since the beginning of SAIARD, as you were associated, and IBG News is also our media partner from the very beginning of our institution. So you know that lots of people have joined in that platform in SAIARD as a speaker, as an intellectual discussions, and there are lots of programs we have conducted. So, and today and on 16th, I am very much happy that Dr. Sergey and the International Diplomatic Club has signed an MOU with us. And just from the coming last September, I had met with the ambassador of Denmark, where we had a very wonderful discussions, and he is very much interested. Mr. Freddy is very much interested to collaborate, to work together, not only in case of intellectual discussions, but also in case of capacity building, also in case of the different initiatives which we can do as an institution, because academic and research institution is that kind of platform where we can bring the people. It's whatever the conferences we have conducted. You just mentioned that the first international river congress which we have organized in India, not only in Kolkata, and it is the first international river congress throughout the world where we have discussed about the policy, about the concept of rivers, about the planning policies, etc., etc. And now in the coming second river congress, we are also looking forward to connect the different embassies where hopefully Dr. Sergey will join. Pelman will be invited from Israel, and also from Denmark, Freddy will be joined. So there are different conference. What I mean that any kind of conference, it's just a practice of sustainability if we go through in that sense, because there are two modes, either in an intellectual mode, if we can use in a diplomatic mode. There are several aspects as well. We have to think in which way we have to weigh our practice. Either it will be peaceful, for collaboration, for development. And what I mean for sustainability, the only for development. And for that, we need to collaborate. We need to think each other. We need to see. We need to hear from each other. We need to think for collaborations, and we need to go forward, looking forward as well. And SAIARD, in that sense, is also going for the same points from the very inception of its development. Yeah, Mr. Munshi. On your microphone, please. Your microphone.
Hello.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Yes, now we
Yeah.
can hear. Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Sergey, welcome, sir. So initially, we have placed a question that how important it is to have a sustainable development model for all our R&D and development works in terms of industrial and human development in a totality of the society. So how you and your country feels that sustainability in terms of development, how important it is?
First of all, we completely understand that all 17 goals of sustainable development was initiated and installed by United Nations. It's like intergovernment institution and a representative of all nations and countries in the world. It means that it's global decision of decision makers, of influence leaders who come together, who think about the future of the planet. And the main message, like a key message of this program, this global program, it's to give for future generations on our planet, on the earth, give to them hope, big hope, and give to them some human resources which can be used by them. And we, according to this program of United Nations, we are open our heart to responsibility of we take care about our planet, about future, and that is a uh, uh, main I can say like a spiritual quality of a human being, to think about your future, about actually it's thinking about your own soul. That's why I want to tell that in our country, of course, we have a lot of scientists. In Russia, as you know, is very famous because of our scientific potentials, and also very famous because of our innovation. We was the first country in the world which sent uh, human being to space. We was the first country in the world which did a lot of innovation regarding TV and in aircraft in different fields. But at the same time, we can understand that sometimes science can be in conflict with humanity of the people. That's why it should be in balance. All innovation and all our uh, efforts to uh, create and to service with science, to extract something treasures from nature, and at the same time we should be responsible for future generations. That's why I can tell that in Russia I because Russia same like India is very traditional country. It's a country of the huge and long and deep history. It's a country with a lot of challenges during all history, and that's why we have, thanks God, we have some responsible spiritual elite, and we have some responsible politicians which always take care about the future, and that's why Russia today is a part of I can tell responsible world, responsible civilization. Thank you.
So, thank you, sir. Thanks to Sergey, thanks to Pelman, and thanks to Dr. Roy Chowdhury. Your views, initial views, has been explained. So, what I want to say here, traditionally, India, entire subcontinent, if you think of the 2,000 years back, even we used to worship the nature, all the natural elements, in terms of your plants, in terms of your animals, whatever, in either in a religious form or in a social form. It was a practice. But nowadays you can see that pollution level in Indian cities are maximum.
Mm.
Number one. Number two, the technology, the price, and the quality, impact to the ecology, all are not evaluated when a buying decision is taken. Most of the cases for last 30, 35, or 40 years, if we consider. Nowadays, all the countries, not only India, everybody is very much cautious about the sustainable development. For example, in energy sector, alternative energies like solar power, wind power, tidal powers, all are coming into the play. But if we are moving into the alternate energy part, sir, there is another problem coming out. Say, for example, solar panels. After the lifetime of the solar panel, that becomes a huge e-waste. So, recycling of these waste is also a part of sustainability practice. So, whatever country and whatever the technology we are in with, as a technical partner, technology partner, or the facilitator, we have to think of the first point, that whether my technology is going to be impactful in a negative way to the society, to the ecology, to the environment, and if it is, then how we can improve upon it. So that is the one biggest challenge for the R&D sector, whether we are really giving it the first priority, or the only gaining the market at any cost, even if it is the cost of the ecology and nature. So that is a one big question. So what do you think? The three experts, you people are from the right forum. So what is your view that are we really serious about giving sustainability and due consideration to the nature for any development work as a part of our initiative in any industry 4.0 or book standards, all are fine. But in practice, are we 100% compliant at every level? Sir, forum is open. Anyone can start.
I think Pelman sir should start.
Yes, yes, please, Mr. Perman.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very important problem, and I think that on sometimes we have a contradictory between the law and on the state level and the realization of different norm standards, and it's going and we can see the situation that sometimes we go from different corridor of limits, and so we not able just to fulfill on local level any standard for to be sustainable development. And this is very important that our economical institutions and economical mechanism is not, for the moment, is not very efficient to control the situation on different industries and local situation. I think it's also very important just to go forward and to see experience in other countries, in India and Russia, and to have some talk and collaboration in these directions, just to fill the norm standards and the regulation, not only on the general level, but also on the local institution, local companies. Thank you.
So, Sergey, Dr. Sergey, do you have any point to add?
Yes. I want to tell. You know the famous Russian writer Mikhail Bulgakov. He created some book. The name of the book, Dog's Heart. Dog's Heart. It's a famous book about October Revolution in Russia. After we destroyed our monarchy, and then proletarian become in power, and we created the big empire of USSR. But on the beginning, as you know, it was big struggle between red and white army, and finally, not educated people. Like if we're looking for the history of India, you have forerunners, right? And the leaders of society, they're Brahmins, they're very educated, spiritually educated. They're heart and head of the society. That's why they can rule, and they can give real example of clarity, of pure consciousness to others, because they do the authority, and when somebody can do authority and support his spiritual style of life, it's a big power actually. It's like not only human smart power or soft power, it's a power of energy to support nature, to support environment, to support all society, and that is the most important. If we're looking for the all aims of sustainable development, we can see that the goals and aim number 4 is about education. But when we are talking today about education, I think the mainstream and main priority today is distribute spiritual knowledge, which can be knowledge of the future leaders, political leaders, and only particular this type of knowledge can bring to agenda to global agenda, bring this pure reception and understanding, and create some right decisions how we can defeat these problems with pollution and waste, because we right now we have a continent of the plastic in ocean, and nobody take care, and all of us we have some like collective, not personal responsibility, and I believe that only union of the spiritual leaders in future can be a right and only one way to decide all these problems. And come back to the point of the famous Russian writer Bulgakov. It was a very ironic conversation between a representative of Russian elite and a representative of the like a poor proletarian personality, who told that we have a lot of pollution around us. What we have to do, how we can decide this problem. A lot of distractions, a lot of pollutions, and that hero of the Bulgakov book, he replied to me, reply to him that it's no any pollutions and no any distractions. Everything exists in your mind. Everything exists in your mind. That's why I completely believe right now the consciousness, the level of consciousness of the modern society was very, very polluted. And what we can see around us, it's only reflection that exists inside us, inside our heart. It's only reflection. If we will start right now to be very strong, struggle with pollutions inside our heart, will definitely decide all extra problems which exist around us. That is my point of view, like a PhD of philosophy, because you can see that we have a pollution of informacy. All media today support only bad and disaster and catastrophic news. That is the mainstream. It's a big pollutions of our consciousness. All media support conflicts. All media. Can you give some example of the true, real, brave behavior of any journalist who can try his best to put to agenda some good and positive news? What will be his biography? He will be completely destroyed. Nobody will take care about him. Nobody will hear about this news, because it's like right now we can see that all conditions of existing of the modern media, they support these pollutions. And my point of view that we should start to collect and generate a new generation of spiritual politicians who will really take care about the future of the planet. That's why I was so grateful when I was in the forum in Calcutta, and because Calcutta is very frankly is a center of education of India. All Nobel Prizes, famous Indians personalities, they came from Calcutta, and I start my speech. Yeah. That's why I completely believe that only one way. It's clarify our hearts.
It's become very easy whenever the two eminent personalities already mentioned about the concept and about the question which you have asked Mr. Munshi. So to me, I coined the word pollution, the opposite word. I think that is the solution. If there is no pollution, there will be no solution. And when we have to, according to Dr. Sargi, I will completely agree with him that we have to change our mentality, our thinking pattern, our vision pattern, how we should look any problem. So any kind of problem brings some kind of solution to us. If there will be no petroleum related pollutions, I mean fossil fuel related pollutions there, then solar energy or the alternative energies will not come. So I think that is the issue, number one. Number two, if you focus on environment, there are two kinds of pollutions can be happen, which I feel. Number one, that is the environmental pollution. Number two is the political or governance related pollutions. So the strategy which we have to practice, even it should be from the beginning, because we know that as an academician, what I mean to say, that if we focus the environmental science, environmental awareness from the very beginning of the school level. I mean, if I teach a student that you should not throw garbage anywhere, so it is from the very, it should be from the very beginning of the education system, primary education system. If we help to learn them from at the age of 50 or 40, it should not be. So that is the kind of mentality, that kind of value education system we have to incorporate from the very beginning. And hopefully, if the count the number of primary level students and the primary schools, if we incorporate that kind of value education systems along with their academic schedule, along with their academic curriculum, then this person in future will be the part, will be maybe the decision makers of our country, and they will be our practitioners of our country. And that's why I think if we can start this initiative from the very beginning level, from the academic perspective, I mean to say, so then in the upper course, in the upper level, the water definitely will be cleared. And hope in future we will see that there should be no points to discuss about the sustainability, about the pollutions and all that, and everything will be clear and white. And there are two another country has joined through Dr. Sargi and Dr. Mr. Pelman, and I'm really honored and feeling happy to say that as I said that India has a very good relationship with that two countries, and from the not only just recent years but from the beginning of that Indian civilization. And with the application of either it may be in the case of in energy collaboration, either it may be in the sense of the technology collaboration or education collaboration, we have learned a lot from throughout the world, even from Russia as well, and even from uh, Israel as well. Even they are also keeping a good field and touch with us. So that is the point. If such kind of mentality people and same mentality people will join together, will sit together and will decide and will help to give some ideas and share some knowledge, imparts the knowledge to, throughout the world, that this is should be and this should not be. This is do's, this is the don'ts. So if we can start this initiative through our institution or through any collaborative way, I think the 98% problem of the world can be solved. 2% should not be solved because, as I may said, solution problem. If there will be problem, then there will be solution. So,
Dr. Biswajit, Dr. Sergey, and Sir Pelman, I really honor the view you have expressed. So, if I have the honor of expressing my minds in this context in front of you,
Please.
so kindly allow me to say my previous experience was with a third party inspection, testing, and verification company, global company, which is having more than 140 countries representation for the inspection of pre-shipment and post-shipment or the ISO certification, all kinds of things. And I was heading the Southeast Asia Pacific for them in laboratory information management. So ideally, all the products which you are using anywhere in the globe, either through import or you are exporting, must have gone through our inspection. So that is point number one. Now, what I have seen different countries are having different standards to evaluate a quality of a product. In terms of, say, for example, automobile, the emission standards of Europe, emission standards of Russia, emission standard of America, or India, or any other third world countries are different. Here I propose that one global standard, one humanity, one global standard for any kind of evolution and testing of the products or services, which is directly or indirectly having impact on the society. Say, for example, when you are testing pesticide in a soft drinks, either you are using ppb, parts per billion, or you are using ppm, parts per million, but either way the result will not be same. The accuracy and the outcome of the pesticide content in a bottle of soft drink will not be same. I don't want to take the brand names, but there were some issues earlier in India and elsewhere in the world that pesticides found in the drinks, pesticides found in the high preservative contents. So if we are using one standard globally and all the countries are maintaining that same standard, one organization, international body formed who will look after the international standards. Wherever you are sending a technology or service to any country, you have to follow that particular standard. Now, based of the practices across the global, maybe out of 100, 50 from Russian standards are very good, 55 from Americans, 45 from European. In that way, if we create a set of best possible combinations, maybe India is contributing 15 good standards in terms of Ayurvedic medicine or any other things. So whoever is creating the best standard, adopt it globally and make it a one consolidated standard for evaluating the product and services. That will remove any challenges across globe that you are sending uh, pollutant technology to us. You cannot say I am burning wood in Siberia and that is not creating global warming in South America. You cannot say South America is burning the fossil fuel and it is not impacting the UK. You cannot say Australia is using something technology, CFC, which is depleting the ozone layer. It will not impact America. We are global citizen. Anything done harmful in your country, it will going to impact the entire humanity. And classic case is corona pandemic. The world has seen the worst possible days, perhaps. So if we really care for the humanity, our grandchildrens and the generation after, we have to give them the best possible world and environment. We don't have to depend on any first world country. Even if you are a developing country, you can do your best. Adopt the technology is the best available. And if you need support, world can stood by you, either in form of finance, technology, or the things. That is the sustainable humanity development across the globe. Your pain cannot be my win, and vice versa the case is. So that is my view that the international bodies should decide that we should have a one global standard across the globe. Whenever the technology passes from one country to another, that has to pass through that option. And if any country is not capable of purchasing that high tech thing, the rest there, let's have a corpus without wasting fund into non-productive thing. We can pass on the good technologies and good environment across, so that whenever our Russian friend is coming to India or Delhi, they don't have to think of the pollution in the air. Or when I'm going to Jerusalem or Israel or anywhere in the world, I'm happy to think that same air, same good quality environment I will get as a human being. That's my first right after taking birth in this world. That is my view. Your diocese yourself.
Yeah, Dr. Sergey, you may please.
Yes, I'm completely agree. I'm so appreciate that we are global citizens. Yes, it's true. It's true. At the same time, we're like just like a strangers. It's a journey, you know. First of all, spiritual knowledge based on the main philosophical principle. Because I was a speaker in the Calcutta, and we talk about philosophical principle of education and the future, 2047. Yes, main from my point of view, because I'm PhD and I'm expert in Russian religion philosophy, that we are like a soul. We always change bodies, and that is the evolution of our soul in society, but not in only in society. It's evolution in universe. That's why we are not only global citizens. We are citizens of this material world, and this material world, Vedas describes this material world like a prison, like a place where we should learn something, where the nature teach us, our karma teach us, everything which happened with us teach us. I agree that all pollutions come to the solutions, to the decisions even. And my point of view, if we are talking about Israel, I am so happy that Grigory Perman from Israel joined to us. Look to the example of King David and King Solomon. They was very famous not only Israel history, but in the history of all humanity. When King David actually was in the some patient in some we can tell scene to take the wife of his general, and the name of that lady was Versavia, and Versavia in future she became the mother of King Solomon, and both of them, two kings, Solomon and David, they are prophets according to Israel history and tradition and explanation. It's they are prophets. They're not only rulers. They're not only politicians. They're prophets. They're enlightened personalities. And what happened? David was in the patient to the Versavia, but Versavia was a wife of his general. What he did? He sent his general to the war, and he was killed. Especially, he put to the conflict situation, and then he tried to approach to Versavia. And what happened then? It's a real example of the Israel history. The prophet Nathan came to the throne of the King David and tell him about all his bad qualities. And finally, King David was crying. He completely transformed his heart. He understand his sin. He understand his bad behavior, and he cry. He cry. Try to receive some mercifulness from the prophet. Please save me, save my heart. What should I do? And then prophet replied to him, you should do like this, like this. And finally, Versavia produced one child. He was born death, and next child was King Solomon. That is a history. What this example approved? This example approved that some kind of absolutely pure personality with pure heart, the prophets in Indian, in Vedic history, in Vedic scriptures, we call them Brahmins. Brahmins, they completely educated, enlightenment. They are the leaders of society. If we'll start to think how we can produce, how we can select, how we can initiate this movement to create such kind of personalities, it will be in focus, because only such kind of personality can lead us to decide all our problems. Because I want to repeat it again, that all pollutions, all problems, and all conflicts of the modern age is only conflicts of consciousness, of our level of consciousness. That's why I'm so appreciate. Of course, Israel, very well organized nation. For example, look, conflict between Palestine and Israel. If you come to the same land, but Israeli nations create technologies, innovations, agriculture, medicine, everything the best. Palestine is a neighbor, same land, but poor population. Why? What is the problem? We should, of course, I am completely agree that world standards, like international standards in economy, is very needable, but very frankly, is not doable, not approachable, not possible right now, because we have the difference in the culture, we have difference in the history, a lot of barriers, a lot of obstacles. But my vision, we should create, even when Srila Prabhupada, your famous prophet and famous religion leader, when he came to USSR during his visit to Moscow, he met the Professor Kotovsky, who was a grandchild of famous Red Army General Kotovsky. And that professor asked him, what is the aim of your society? And Srila Prabhupada, religion leader, replied to him, our society, we have only one aim, to create new generation of absolutely spiritual enlightenment, responsible leaders. We can call them Brahmins. We want Brahmins lead the modern society. And that generation of Brahmins, they decide all the problems of humanity, of human society. That is my point of view.
Wonderfully described, Dr. Sergey, and whatever point you have mentioned in case of Israel as well. So first I'll request to Pelman to say a few words on share your viewpoints on Dr. Sergey's speech as well.
Yes, I think we have a very interesting discussion now, because the subject what we are discussing, it's standards, technology, exchange, collaboration, but at the same time, each answer, each speaker try to understand the background of this situation. And the background of this is knowledge, consciousness, values. And I think it's very important just to talk about this basement of all solutions, all of technological solutions, and all standard what we have now. It's not possible to avoid personal interest and company interest, country interest, if we have different values, if we have different orientations. And I'm absolutely agree that we need to think about the future and about the common future, one future of all citizens in our humanity, in our mankind. And if we start also think on the level in parallel about the standardization of the different standards in different products, and at the same time, a standard of educations of, like Dr. Sergey said, we need to think about the leaders of our countries. We need to think about the leaders of our humanity. They need to share and to have a common vision about the future. Then it will be much more easy just to exchange not about the technology, about all other things, about education, culture. We keep our individuality, but at the same time we will be based on, or we keep and develop our human and common values just to go to forward to our common future. So I think it's a very important point for as a conclusion for me on this round table, that we need to go parallel and technological way, education, at the same time in values and human consciousness.
Yeah, definitely. And what I mean, it's really wonderfully you have described, you both have described, and whatever the practices we can do, definitely we can change the cultural diversity, we can change, and it should not be. because each and every country should bear its own identity through its culture, either through the education, its behavior, its activities, and all that. So, but there should be one kind of unity, and hopefully, that kind of unity is already exist in the art, and on due to this united platform, we are here right now. We are communicating because there are one side, if we see in the one side of the art, there are several problems that already exist, either maybe war or maybe hunger and different kinds of problem, unemployment. There are several problems that exist, but still there are some kind of platforms that already exist through which the people of the good sign can connect, through which the people of intellectual mentality can collaborate, can share their viewpoints, and hopefully, I also agree with Mr. Munshi that there should be some common platform through which this is the time uh, uh, we can share our viewpoints, we can share our points of existence, how we can go for sustainable, because as I from the very beginning of my present lecture I said that sustainability is not just a term, it's a practice. And until and unless we practice that kind of sustainability, and until and unless we share our focal viewpoints through a common platform, not only individual platform, but it should be a common platform where the people like you will also associate, where and from where we can circulate our message to the world. Hopefully, we will not be able to change 100%, but at least 10% we can change the mentality, and hopefully that 10% can change another 100%. So it's just arithmetic if we count in that sense. And in that way, the practicing sustainability for growth and development is very important. And as you know that there are 17 goals are there, but it's quite bit difficult, as I feel that it should not be possible to complete all 17 goals, because there are all ups and downs are there in each and every country. There are several unique problems that already happened even due to this corona and COVID period as well. So several countries have faced some financial losses, several countries have faced some human losses, because so that kind of dilemma will exist. But still, we have to find out the way of opportunities. We have to find out the way how to we survive for better future. And definitely you will be agree with me that after this corona has helped us to learn a lot, because if it will not come, it's maybe it's one kind of curse for human being as well, but still corona is one kind of blessings as well. And after this corona, there is wave of development has came from the different sectors. Several parts of the opportunity, job opportunities has lost, but new come job opportunities has also been. And you will be happy to know that only in India, during this corona period, 69 more than 69,000 startups or entrepreneurs has developed. So, and if you think that if it is happened, then if we consider 10 employees in each startup, so how many people can get new job opportunities through their startup? So that is one kind of sustainable practice, because through this mode they help to support some other people life, some other people family. And I think if
Very
we start
important
that,
message, Dr. Biswajit. Uh,
yeah.
we have two important questions here from our viewers, and that not related to technology but related to our society and culture. I will bring it one by one in front of our honorable guests and just have a look, sir.
Mhm.
Prosenjit Haldar, he asks, thank you all for your valuable discussion. This is my gentle query to Dr. Sergey. If we think about any kind of cultural exchange between India and Russia from our individual level or effort, what would be the way suggested by you? And he has another part which already he has told, that to have a sustainable development, our respect to each great culture of this world should be paramount. We should culturally also sustainable, so that our all folk songs, folk cultures, our music, our paintings, our sculptures, all are restored along with the technological developments. That is the point number one. And another question from Dr. Polash Bandyopadhyay. Let us see what he has to say about this. Cultural collaboration between nations is a must needed factor for a global peace and harmony in nowadays in world. In this context, power with good nations have to move forward for the journey whose destination is global sustainability. It's a good initiative by IBG News and TV. Thanks, Dr. Polish. In this context, to organize such an important interactive symposium between desired dignitaries. Sir, so it's not only technology. People are now asking, what about our culture? How about cultural exchange and how we can give a look sustainability into this cultural aspect too? So up to you all.
Yes, it's very important two questions we have right now. I want to start, if you don't mind. Can I start to reply?
Please, please.
Yes,
Thank you
please.
so
Yes,
much.
please.
Yes. First of all, I want to announce that in the partnership with Grigory Pelman and with the support of our International Diplomatic Club, and also with the support of India Center for Policy, Research and Development, which under the partnership of Prime Minister Office of Narendra Modi, at the end of November, we have a great, huge, amazing conference in about the future sustainable development and about peacemaking as well, because one of the goals of the sustainable development is the peace. You know this very well. That is most important, and we can tell the mainstream of modern situation of the modern challengers during this hard time of history. And how to promote culture which support peace, how to promote culture which can clean our heart through pop music, through folk music, through any kind of art and painting and theater and cinema. That is the most important. I believe that culture can save the world, the beauty can save the world, but it's also beauty inside our heart. We should start from the beauty inside our heart. We should recognize our heart, our soul in our heart. That is the main purpose of culture, because culture should cultivate all good quality of human beings. That is a culture. Any other type which destroyed our mentality, which destroyed our peaceful style of life, it's not culture. It's not even law culture. It's, we can tell, anti-culture. That is my point of view. And with a humble request, because I have some other engagement during this holiday festival, I apologize and let you to leave the conference right now. My sincere apologize.
Before you leave, Dr. Sergey, I would just to inform you that on behalf of SAIARD, very soon we are going to organize an event, and where you will be, and hopefully Mr. Pelman will also join as our honorable guest. So.
If possible, I also would like to say some words about culture collaboration and
Yes, Grigory, before you start to start your speech, I humbly request to you come back to the point of our Israel conference, because it's very important. Right now we have a huge audience. We have clever, smart audience because of the questions. I can see young generations, wisdom generations, then join to our conversation today. Please invite all of them. We should repeat in our conference in Israel the same bridge, like a culture bridge. We can tell this conference is like a culture bridge. We bring three cultures: India, Israel, and Russia. All Asian civilization together. It's unique, very unique. We should repeat it again and again. That is powerful. Thank you so much. And of course, definitely, I will be happy to receive this award. And I hope to see you soon in New Delhi. Otherwise, in Israel, whatever God will give us like a gift. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali.
Good night. Thank you. Happy Diwali.
Good night.
Happy Diwali. Pelman sir, you were about to say something about the culture and how people can go cultural exchange between Israel and India, and maybe Russia. Sergey sir has already told. But what about Israel? If we want to come to Israel for any cultural activity?
Yes, really, it's a very important subject. And Sergey asked just one more to focus about our Congress, what will be at the end of November. And maybe we can send you a link for registration to this Congress. And it will be very attractive. It will be cultural and political and technology and scientific event. So you're welcome just to participate in this. And to talk about culture, it's very, very interesting subject. Because I personally, even I'm a master of econometrics, at the same time I'm an art collector. I have my private small museum, but at the same time I see that on each level people could cooperate in culture, and it's create a platform for common values and common language. And so, and the culture also what we try to implement and introduce to this Congress, what will be in Israel, in Tel Aviv at the end of November. We try to develop a different art and culture collaboration, what really could support for future, for the peace. And even you can see on myself, I have a special T-shirt. What is?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, you can see. Yes, it's
the ultimate symbol for peace. No nuclear weapon usage. Very nice.
Yes,
I second you.
Yes, it's a very important initiative. Pledge never to use atomic weapons first. If nobody use this first, so it will be stopped. And we have already an idea when we will come to India. Maybe we can, we met in several days ago in Dubai, Mr. Sandeep Marwa, and probably we can make a special competition of a special design of T-shirts for the peace, for the future, for some form of collaboration. So I think it's very important. Yes, thank you.
So,
Pelman, I would like to say that in coming event, SAIARD will be your partner organization, if you permit.
Thank you so much.
Sign an MOU with your Israel embassy, if it is possible, and then we can work together definitely. So I will talk to you in this regard.
Pelman sir, IBG News will be there to spread across the message globally. Whatever message you have, kindly send us to my mail account, and it will be published for greater cause of better humanity.
Wonderful. Thank you for this opportunity, dear friends.
Yeah, I think we are almost end of our time. Though there are a lot of scope to discuss more, so I will request all three of you. I'll send Sergey separately. He's not right now. That sometime in future, Dr. Biswajit, you kindly bring together all our good friends from Israel and Russia to have a second version of this meeting, maybe on a different topic as altogether. But still, I really love your voices, views, and your appreciation for the humanity. Thank you, sir. God bless you all. Happy Diwali from IBG News team.
Thank you. Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali.
Signing off.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. Stay blessed, stay safe.
Bye.
God bless you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.